Morning, boys and girls. Here we are, back up northeast at the Chapel Hill Marina in Lincolnshire for this morning's United Kingdom talk on Saturday, the 15th of August 2020. Greetings, my dears. A nice little drive up here last night. I did say I wasn't sure whether I was going to come up last night or not, but I did, as you can see. Left the house at about... Actually, I left about 7:30 to go over to my mates to pick up a Hoover because he bought this Hoover and he wasn't happy with it, and I think there was something wrong with it as well. Oh, by the way, am I a little bit dark? Am I a bit dark this morning? Am I a bit dark? Am I a bit dark? Hang on, I can do something about that. Just a moment. I thought I set that. Oh, I see what I've done. There we are. Is that a bit better? It was a little bit dark there. It was just like coming from a witch's cavern. Hubble bubble, toilet and trouble, yes. Frog's legs and ear of snake. Oh, snakes. They have a rough time, don't they, snakes? No ears, no legs, no arms. Don't you think so? Snakes have a blooming rough time, but they can jump, dear. Oh, don't want to go near one of those rattlesnakes, which are very useful, incidentally, if you run out of maracas. Just grab a couple of rattlesnakes and start shaking them like that. Yeah, anyway, so my mate bought a Hoover a while ago, and he wasn't happy with it. I don't know why he sent it back. There might have been something wrong with it. I don't know. He sent it back, and it came back to him. So he's got this Hoover. In the meantime, bought a new one and said, do you want this one for your caravan? Because the Hoover I've got here is very good. Really good. The only thing is, and this may sound silly to you, it sucks too hard. And I'm not joking, it really does. It was a cheap Hoover, made by Hoover, okay? But there's no adjustment on it at all, you know, like for hard floors or carpet floors and things like that. It's just on and off, end of. Does a really good job on the carpet. The trouble is, on the lino here at our Lincolnshire television studio complex, on the lino, it pulls the lino up, right? And therefore, it can't hoover the dust up as well, because if it's stuck there, it's not sucking the dust up. And I've struggled with this for about a year now. It's brand new, so I didn't want to chuck it away and get another one or anything. Anyway, he's given me this one, so I'll be trying it out. I'm very, very excited. I mean, how sad is that? You know, 20 years ago, at this point of the day on a Saturday, I wouldn't have been up, I'll be honest with you. But as the day went on, I'd get up Saturday and I would be looking forward to getting completely off my head at a club in London after I'd been DJing. Now, my total excitement... Well, I've got two items of excitement actually this weekend. First of all, the Hoover. The Hoover, that's going to be the first item in my excitement itinerary as the day goes on. And then tomorrow it's my sister's birthday. And my sister tomorrow, and God knows she looks every year of it, is 472 years old tomorrow. So there's a little do going on there. So that'd be quite nice, wouldn't it, eh? My sister, 400... I mean, she tells everyone that she's younger than me, but you've only got to look at her. My God, she's falling apart. I think she's got more items stuck onto her desperately. It's a bit like when you go around somewhere and everything's held up with little bits of tape and things like that. You know, so it's her birthday tomorrow. So two items of excitement to look forward to this weekend, all right? I cleaned the house last night before I left. I can't stand plates and things left. I've got to clean the house before I leave. Then I went over to my mate's house to pick up the Hoover. And then I'm just about to set off and I thought, I've left the computer on at home. Which actually probably doesn't matter. You know, you see these offices, the computer never gets switched off, does it? I mean, it doesn't. But I popped back to the house and sure enough, I'd left the computer on. And guess who was waiting outside for me? The cat. The unnamed ginger cat that I've become friends with. He was waiting outside and he's really friendly and rubbing himself up against me, more so than any of my three cats did. And I loved the cats that I had over the years, especially, you shouldn't really have a favourite, especially Katie, the cat who was my mum's cat. This cat, I mean, it rubs itself almost to the point of you being pushed over. Bless it. And I had to leave it and I think it's going to miss me. I was watching it on my security camera 4 times. It went over to my house last night. There's a path outside my house down in Bracknell in Berkshire, and the path is like a runway for cats. They come up and down that pathway all night long. 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. It's a very, very busy runway for cats, that is. So I turned the computer off, got back in the car, left about 8 o'clock, and I was up here. I was up here about 11:15 because, rather naughtily, let me just open this door, it's a bit hot in here. Rather naughtily, on the way up here, I'd been travelling some distance. I had my usual bag of honey roast crisps on the way up, right? And some candy floss grapes, as recommended by the lovely Maureen, who's probably watching in London at the moment. Good morning, Maureen. So I had those, and then after about another 2.5 hours, I got to now where is it now? I think it's Sleaford. I can't remember. There's a McDonald's, and I thought, oh, that looks open. So now it's just coming up to about 11 o'clock at night. I thought, do you know, I really fancy a vanilla milkshake today. I haven't had one for ages. So I queued up on the drive-in through type thing. It's very slow, those drive-ins. Do you find them slow? Sitting there and it just edges forward and you think, well, why is it taking so long? There was only 2 cars in front of me. They were incredibly slow drive-throughs. I'm sure when I've been to drive-throughs in Florida, in America, I'm sure they're not like that. They kind of move along fairly quickly, but not here. Anyway, so I got my vanilla shake and an apple pie, and I enjoyed that. And arrived here around about 8:15, which was fine, really. I was looking at these people in McDonald's working. There's a boy on the till doing the checkout. So he comes to give you your credit card machine, and I tap the thing out. But to do that, he's kind of got to lean right out the window like that, which I suppose for someone young isn't a problem. But I thought to myself, they must get bad backs doing that. You know, especially like some of you kind of drive as close to that window as you dare without smashing into. I mean, I must get a few people smash into that wall, mustn't they? Stupid drivers, people that can't drive. And we all know those, dear. There's probably a few of you watching this morning. Eh? And you get as close to that window as possible. But some people don't get close, and they're kind of the window is here and the car is over there. And this lad, and sometimes it's a girl, he has to lean right out that window like that and put his hand across with the credit card machine so that you can tap on it and not touch anything. They must get really bad backs doing that. Has anyone ever worked at McDonald's? Any of you lot worked in McDonald's before? I'd be interested to hear that. You know, is that a boring job? No, not really, because you have to deal with rude members of the public, don't you? And God knows some of them are blooming awful. Really awful. Anyway, so got up here, unloaded my stuff, went to bed, and here we are in the morning. I've got a new light up there today, right, which I've got to play around with so I get it right. Now it's looking to me like it's a little bit too bright now, but we'll leave it as it is. There should be one up there, but I haven't got a long lead for it, so I'm using another one. So I've got kind of 3 types of lights in here tonight. This afternoon. That's just how it is. Let's say hello to some of you this morning. Jason Hughes, good morning. Gary Ross, Mick Davenport is listening in the car today. They're on the way to the Midlands, home of Central Television, and of course before that ATV. I know them all, dear. Morning to Diane Jeb. Paul and Lou are up nice and early. Congratulations for getting out of bed. God, unbelievable. 2 tickets. Gary Ross is there. Gary Davidson, good morning to you. Denise Andrews, morning, Denise. Michael Palmer in Australia, nice and early. There's our good friend, AD. He's building a little family there, aren't you, my love? All right, AD. Great. Such a lovely bloke he is, I've got to tell you. Do anything for anyone, that man. And he sings as well. He used to come to I met him at karaoke. He used to come to my karaoke's. All of them, actually. When I think about it, he's been to all of them. Morning, AD. Morning to John Parrish. Morning to John Aitken. Morning. Sherry DMP. Morning, Sherry. Marilo. Good morning. There's Christopher Woodhouse. I had a good old chat with him on the phone last night. Must have been on the phone 45 minutes. I noticed, Chris, when I was chatting to you last night, it sounded like you kept wanting to go. You know, and then I'd say, oh, just another thing. Did it help you sleep, my telephone conversation with you last night? Actually, do you know, I think that light's too close to me. Look, that's what it is. The light is very close to me. I don't think I can get it any further. Well, I can maybe if I hang it from the ceiling or something like that. Poor Chris, he was desperate to get away from me on the phone. October Sky. Ah, excellent. Chris watched the film I recommended to him the other night, October Sky, which is about this boy, and his dad's a coal miner. I mentioned this before. His dad's a coal miner. Oh, horrible job that is, isn't it, eh? Coal mining. It's, I mean, probably not so bad now, but you've still got to get down there and dig out rocks. I mean, what an awful job that is, especially many years ago when they didn't have any of these safety protocols in place. You know, the accident. You just imagine that. You're banging away and then suddenly all the rocks fall down on your head. You're dead, mate. You know, if it doesn't kill you then, it just blocks your route. Can't get out. Suffocate to death. Dreadful. Anyway, so this boy's dad is a coal miner. It's in America. And the boy sees the Sputnik rocket go over for the first time as sent up by Russia. And he decides he wants to build a rocket. And it's all about that. It's a family film. There's no swearing, no going on, or no rudeness or anything. It's a beautiful film. So if you've got time, perhaps later on tonight, and you haven't seen it yet, that's over on Netflix. I have to be so careful as I say that, Chris. Netflix, and it's called October Sky. All right, really good. And Chris watched it yesterday. 8080 McDonald's at the Holdingham roundabout. Spent too much time there when I lived in Lincolnshire. I don't know what roundabout it is, because I go past a few McDonald's actually. There's one on the A1M, but it's on the wrong side of the road if you're coming up. You know what I mean? In fact, there's two. There's two, actually, I think, if I remember rightly. There's two, and they're both on the wrong side of the road. So if you want to go, you've got to go right up to the roundabout and come back again. But then there's the one I get to. I can never remember what it is. You may well be right. What did you say it was? Holdingham. And there's a newish one. There's a new one now, which is kind of at a Shell petrol station. Shell, and I think they've got a Starbucks, and there's a Budgeons and a McDonald's. That's quite new, that one. It's only been open a few months. And these places have always got little queues of traffic outside. Not massive queues. You know, but they've always got a sort of queue of people out there. I think they're great 24 hours McDonald's. I really do. You go anywhere, you get a meal any time of the day or night. I mean, not so much me. I could have waited till I got back to the caravan. But people like driving vans and all that, you know, through the night. And the lorry drivers. Although I don't think you get a lorry trying to go around that little narrow thing. As you just imagine that. The girl or the boy serving you at McDonald's as the lorry pulls up. Can I help you, sir? You wouldn't get round that tight bend, would you? And funnily enough, when I had my colonoscopy, the surgeon said the same thing. He was having trouble getting around a tight bend with that little camera that's up you. And it's not a joke. That's absolutely true, that is. Good morning to Adam the plumber, who says, I must say the lighting is very good. It makes you look 20 years younger. Well, I practically look a baby this morning then, don't I, Adam? Do I look like a baby? Baby Chris. Baby Chris. They should make a song for me. Baby Chris, baby Chris. That one. Be very good, wouldn't it? I have a name for your ginger cat. Call him Royston. So just like my Royston, he will always be there for you. Oh, the ginger cat has taken to me. He'll be moving in soon. I managed to get him in the kitchen the other day, tempting him in with treats. He likes treats. Gary says, I heard years ago McDonald's in America, if you wait more than 5 minutes, you get the food for free. I've heard that as well, actually. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that before. Morning to Rob Kershaw. Good morning, young man. All right, Rob. There's our lovely Heidi Young. Good morning, Heidi Young. Hello, darling. All right, my love. Are you still in Norvege? Still in Norway at the moment. Who else have we got there? Have I said hello to Mandy Davenport? I hope so. Ah, look at that. Chatting to you is always a pleasure, but you know my stomach isn't great at the moment. I know. Chris has got a bad tummy at the moment, haven't you, darling? Milk magnesia. Have you tried that? They always advertise that one, don't they? You see, the trouble at 8080 says it's on that McDonald's is on the A15, A17 roundabout at Sleaford. Do you know, I think you're probably right. I'm sure that's the one. There's a Gulf petrol station, not next to it, kind of behind it. Am I right with that? So you're on the road, and next to the road is a McDonald's, and behind the McDonald's, oddly enough, you think they got that the wrong way round, wouldn't you, is a Gulf petrol station. Is that it? Is that the one? That's where I was last night. Good morning to Justin Archer this morning. Good morning, Justin. You look like you're new. Welcome along. Just a little bit of fun we have every morning. You're very welcome. I hope you enjoy it. Some people like it, some people don't. You know, that's just how it is. Some people try and change it because they don't like what it is. That's not happening. Where are you, Justin? Where are you in the world? Good morning to Mike Rees-Ponto. There's my nephew, Gary Butler, up nice and early this morning. Morning, Gary. Morning to you. Call the cat Chesney, like Fizz's. Oh, I don't know. I don't watch Coronation Street, Gary, so I don't know that one. Morning for fun things to do with tech. Who's there as well? Ah, Heidi's at the caravan. Are you really? Oh, gosh, so you're near me today. You're near me. How exciting is that? Heidi Young is near me today. You might see me on my bike later. I intend to go for a bike ride later. I need to test out my new lights. I've got new bike lights and I need to put them on. It's very exciting. You don't have to go out at night time to test the lights out. Just want to see that they... Because it will require my DIY skills, Heidi, as you well know. It will require my DIY skills, and I just want to put them on and check that they don't fall off as I travel along at rapid speeds. Adie's on the one near Burger King. Yeah. I know the Burger King. I wouldn't know how to get to that one. I don't think I go past that one, actually, Gary. Anyway, morning to LaBelle, your emerald-eyed magical king of majesty. That sounds good, doesn't it? Morning, darling. Alrighty, yesterday afternoon, I went litter picking over the forest. I know you may laugh at that. But again, back down in Bracknell in Berkshire, and I've been going on about this for some time now. I'm just so disappointed with lockdown and people going over the forest, which of course they can do. Anyone can go over the forest where I live in Bracknell in Berkshire, where the house is. And there's been an increase in just random cans and generally the packets of Haribo. And you just see these blooming packets of Haribo everywhere. Empty packets, beer cans. We're not talking loads and loads, but enough to be sort of walking. You know, when you walk along a lovely country lane and it's all fields and grass, you will notice one can being chucked out of someone's window, and it's been annoying me now for some weeks. I didn't do anything about it because there's no one to ring. No one goes over the forest and collects the rubbish. That just doesn't happen, right? They don't employ anyone. So if someone drops it there, it's just there. And I got fed up with it. So I went over there with 2 carrier bags and a rucksack on my back, and I thought, right, I'm going to pick it up. And I went and had my litter picking thing. I got one of those litter picking things. And I went out of the forest and I picked up rubbish. Now, as I say, there's not massive amounts of it, like mounds of it. Like if you walk down the streets of London, you look anywhere, there's just rubbish. But just, every few minutes you might find a can or something. Well, no, not every few minutes. Not as often as that. But cut a long story short, I was over there an hour and a half and I filled up 1.5 carrier bags full of stuff. Tin cans, as I say, Haribo bags, Haribo bags, empty bags of plastic bags of sweets chucked there, a couple of crisp packets, some stuff that had actually decomposed a bit, Paper, I tend to leave paper alone because it'd just disintegrate into the ground, but you don't see much of it anyway. And I managed to pick up a carrier bag and a half of stuff. Don't really find any glass over there, fortunately. I think I found one smashed up glass bottle, which is a good thing, really, because over in the forest, of course, when it's really hot, as it has been, completely dry, the sun, that bit of glass, you can only be a small piece like that. Forget a whole bottle, small piece of glass like that catches the sun's rays in the right place, okay, and it sets the grass on fire. It was terrible. There's been massive forest fires like that, as you well know. I don't know if they found the reason for the one on Cobham Common couple of weeks ago. That was pretty bad, wasn't it? But it could have been just a piece of glass. But people just don't think about that. So I went over there and filled up a bag and a half full of stuff and brought it back and just tipped it in my bin. That was it, done. So I'm quite pleased about that. Oh, I'll go back and do that again. I'm actually thinking of doing that round here. Don't laugh. You know, there's a river next to me here. There's a beautiful river, and you go down there, and again, you know, by the side of the road, you'll find a plastic bottle or a can, and it upsets me. Maybe it's the start of OCD. I know a lot of people watching this channel have got a bit of OCD, and if there's something slightly out of place, or there's a light not working, you know, or there's a spelling mistake, all these emails start flooding in from people. Oh, you've spelt the word Saturday wrong. Where's the apostrophe? And you get all that crap, and you're thinking, how sad are you to have actually noticed that and not mentioned any of the content in the show whatsoever? Oh, that's happened so many times before. I could be sitting here talking for 45 minutes. I notice someone has been there for 45 minutes, and then suddenly they come out with, oh, there's a mark on your collar. And you've done all these news stories, and you kind of think, why the hell did you bother doing that? But maybe that is the start of OCD. And I don't know. But litter picking, yes, it's something. I'm now head of litter. I'm head of litter in Bracknell. Litter picking. My nephew, actually, Gary Butler, is now head of YouTube. All of it. Now, you may have noticed yesterday we had a couple of trolls on here. It might have just been one person trolling. Something to do with the IRA. I can't even be bothered with it all. And Gary and Paul and Lou, and I'm sorry, I should have thanked you at the end of yesterday's show, were very quick on the delete button. If you say something naughty on here, it's very, very quick to either put you in a timeout, which means you can't message for 5 minutes, or completely block all your messages. It's really quick. All you're going to do is, all they have to do if they're moderators, is click on the thing and block. Done. That's it. It's a lot longer to keep setting up YouTube accounts. It takes ages in comparison, sorry, there's a fly there, to set up a YouTube account. So thank you very much to Paul and Lou and Gary, who were our moderators yesterday, and as always, gang. And thank you very much especially to Gary, who is now head of YouTube, and his show is steaming ahead. Gary runs a channel called Scrap It Man. If you could watch his videos, right, because he only needs 25 more viewing hours to get up to the next level. It's a long old slog. And actually, Gary, just like my brother-in-law, Gary has found his audience really quickly, and they are subscribing like there's no tomorrow. But he still needs 25 viewer hours. That's the amount of time that someone's watched his channel. So give him a go later on. Okay, Scrap It Man, and it's all about like taking things apart, like, you know. Where's that? I can't get that fly. I'm going to get it in a minute, dear. That cat wouldn't be having any of that with flies and spiders. That's what we need in here, a cat. Yeah, give them a go and see if you like it on there. Okay. Just scroll down a little bit there. Let's have a look at Haribo. It's Haribo, is it, AD? Thank you very much, Haribo. Naga Monchetti is in trouble. Is she? Well, I saw her this morning. She was on there this morning, Daniel. Didn't you see her this morning? She was on there this morning with miserable Charlie. He just never smiled. Well, get him off that telly. Can we have someone happy, please? Dear me, miserable Charlie and the delightful Naga Monchetti. Actually, Naga Monchetti, is she like a bit of a fancy lady for the straight lads? Would I be right with that saying? I think Mark Bowles quite likes her. Is she like one of those, you know, wow, look at her, poor, like that? Is that what she is to the straight lads? Because we can't see that. All we see is glamour, the gay boys. All we can see is glamour. We can't actually see poor. You know, that's... Do you know what I mean? Is she, to the straight lads, is Naga Monchetti a poor? Is she? I would imagine she is, actually. She has such a good dress sense and everything. Morning to Michael Lawrence this morning. Hello to you. Adam worked in Brighton Marina on the window one. And when the cinemas used to finish, I could do up to 1.5... hang on a minute, what are you talking about there? Oh, McDonald's. I beg your pardon. I worked in Brighton Marina on window. On window one. Ah, okay. So, yeah, window one. I'll get you. I worked at McDonald's. Window one, window two, yeah. I worked in Brighton Marina on window one. And when the cinema used to finish, I could do up to £1,500 to £2,000 of orders an hour. Gosh. It's good, isn't it? It's good, isn't it? And then you finish it. I quit my job after supervisor stated because they didn't like the fact I was gay. And what, they're just jealous. Probably fancied you. That's what usually happens. And one day, when I was doing window one, very busy, Point told me I had to stop and go and do the washing up and put out the rubbish. Oh, you always get people like that, Adam. Always get people like that. What you have to do is resign and then give them a piece of your mind in front of everyone else. I would give you great satisfaction, my friend, all right? Right, what else have we got here? I know there's litter everywhere. I once found a Sainsbury's trolley floating in the Sea of Galilee. What, in Israel? Have you been to Israel, Daniel? I've been there. What a great holiday that was. Wow, it's all there. Every religion. You know that stuff you learnt about at the school in the Bible and all that? It's all there in Israel. And you go and stand at these various places where Jesus is supposed to have been baptised, and the Stations of the Cross. Wonderful place to go and visit. Israel, highly recommended to anyone. Morning to Rumble Bumble. When are you getting an ST220? I don't know what that is, an ST220. No idea what that is. Is that some sort of light? Daniel says Naga is a very beautiful woman. There we go. Naga's very beautiful. Told ya. They like her. Watching the telly this morning. As I say, Naga was on there this morning. And then at 10 to 8 every Saturday, they do Click. Click is like their technology programme, and that's why I tweeted it with BBC Breakfast this morning. Click, they talk about all new technology. And we're talking about TikTok this morning, and we have our very own Queen of TikTok on this channel, Rachel Wheatland. I don't know if she's with us this morning. Can't remember seeing her this morning. But Rachel Wheatland is Queen of TikTok. I know some of you have got TikTok accounts as well. Maybe Gavin Bass. Gavin, have you got a TikTok? I can't remember now. I've got one, although I haven't done some for some time. But there's other ones coming up now that seem to have sort of ripped off TikTok, if you see what I mean. Instagram are now doing Reels. And there's also one called Triller. And all these things, TikTok, Reels and Triller, they're like 15 to 30 second short videos that anyone can make. You can make it. Just download the thing and start making these videos of anything you want. A lot of them are humorous. Some of them have me in stitches. I've got my favourites on TikTok. I think probably Lou, L-O-U. Lou will be my favourite person on TikTok, who's this lady, sort of middle-aged lady with long black hair, and she's just vile. She's absolutely hilarious. She really is. And she gets, of course, the people that don't get her sense of humour, like I get it as well. And they just go on there and they troll her. You know, how can you say such a thing and all this business? You know, because they don't get the humour. Loony lefties, as usual. You know, same sort of people that are sticking themselves on lampposts around London. They just don't get humour. Always offended. Have to run to their safe spaces because they get anxiety issues. Well, then perhaps you shouldn't be watching her, my loves. But they do feel the need to comment. She's my favourite. There's a bloke on there, youngish bloke, who goes and does things like he'll be going up an escalator and someone would be coming down and he'd just put his hand on their hand. Stuff like that. It's hilarious. That's on TikTok. Well, Reels and Triller have come along now as well, apparently, and they're kind of going in competition a little bit with TikTok. But it's a very good program, Click. They do a long version, which I think they play through at points on Saturday and Sunday on the BBC News channel, or of course you can watch the whole thing online, and I think that's about half an hour long, the long version, but they play 10 minutes of it out every Saturday on BBC Breakfast Time. And they had a bloke, I think he's on a Chinese sort of, he's in China. They have their own social network things like Facebook, but Chinese Facebook sort of thing. They have all their own stuff over there. And there's one bloke on there. He teaches instruments, playing instruments, and he was saying he does his own video show. It was either 1,500 or 1,500 pounds a month he works. Oh, sorry, or 15,000 pounds a month he earns off that, teaching people instruments and all that. And amazing. I think it's more likely to be 1,500 rather than 15,000. I just missed the end of what they were saying there. Anyway, that's it. Got some news stories to read you today. Just a couple of messages here, gang. Let's have a quick look. Okay, nothing of interest there. Right, okay. Let's have a look here. Here we go. First of all, in the Daily Mirror this morning, this bloke. And I'm pleased of this story. I'm very pleased with this story. This bloke, Stuart Bald. Are these... Do I keep getting little flies in here? I'm going to have to spray some fly spray later when I leave our little studio. This bloke had 421 tyres dumped on his land, but after tracking the alleged fly tipper, he got his own back by returning them to his doorstep. Excellent. Excellent news. Fly tipping. Dirty, disgusting people. You know, similar to me going and collecting rubbish. The occasional can or the occasional crisp packet is just the same as someone dumping in my mind, a whole load of rabble on like farmer's land or something like that. You see it round here. When I was going cycling to my sister's house a couple of weeks ago, cycling along, yeah, you get the odd can, and there it was. A bag of rubbish, a big black bag of rubbish, just dumped by the side of the river. I wish someone would go out and shoot these people. I really do. Push them into the river. They're disgusting, disgusting people. A farmer plagued by fly tippers in the Daily Mirror has got his own back, excellent, by dumping hundreds of tyres back on their doorstep. This bloke caught the incident on closed-circuit television on his land in Wigan, which is in Lancashire, and gave them 3 days to remove them. But after they failed to collect them, he returned all 421 tyres. Footage shows Stuart talking to the camera saying, "We have come to my land and someone has put these tyres here overnight. Luckily, we found out who has forgotten them, so we're going to take them back to the person who put them here. Thank you." A second video shows a truck full of tyres reversing back into a driveway before depositing them on the unsuspecting homeowner's lawn. Excellent. As the tar begins to fall, Gary can be heard saying, "Effing fantastic. That's what the effer gets." Absolutely. I've no problem with that, have you? Good. Serves him right. At least 8 men at the scene throw the tyres into a garden. Stuart then shouts, "I've got about 421 tyres, but there might be a bit more." A photo then shows the house's front garden completely covered in the rubber. Stuart then takes another video of himself saying, "Done. Now give them back. So thank you." I'm glad that happened. I'm so glad he did that. I'm so glad he did that. Someone says here, farmers like this are plagued with fly tipping. It was so easy to do. If I wanted to, I could just load up a load of rubbish in my car now, in the middle of the night, go next to a field and tip it out the door. No one would notice. I would never do it, but you could do that. And people do that. Disgusting creatures do that. It says fly tipping is now a major problem in this country, which it is, whether it's in towns, cities or the countryside. Well, I do blame the council partly for this because they charge for things. Even in Bracknell in Berkshire, I was so surprised once when I went to dump a toilet from one of the flats. It was, funnily enough, it was Adam the plumber. Adam the plumber had done up the bathroom in one of the flats and we needed to dump the toilet. So we'd take the toilet down the dump and okay, where do we put that? Oh, is it a toilet? Yeah, £2.50 for that. Pardon? Yeah, you've got to pay £2.50 if you want to dump that. You know, which isn't a lot of money. And I paid it. I wasn't happy about it. It may just be a couple of quid, but nevertheless, it was a couple of quid. Why can't I just dump it like we used to? But other people would know about that. And they'd put their toilet in the back of the car and dump it somewhere because they didn't want to pay for it. You know, it's awful. So part of it is the council's fault as well. I don't think people should have to pay to have anything dumped. Businesses, it's difficult with businesses. You know, if you've got a builder who's earning money, then should he have to pay or not to dump stuff? Because he'd only pass on that amount of money to the customer who he's collected the rubbish from, wouldn't he? When you think about it. On the other hand, I'm sure there are dodgy people out there who would say, yeah, I've done your decorating, but to take the rubbish away, that's another 50 quid. And they'd give them the 50 quid and they'd still dump it somewhere. You know, whereas you used to be able to just take stuff down the dump and it wouldn't cost you anything. And there wasn't so much, there was not so much fly tipping then, was there? It says in the Daily Mirror, we need bigger fines and prosecutions. So the more people can report fly tipping on our app, the more action we will get to tackle our waste criminals. Clear Waste says fly tipping up 80. Sorry, clearwaste.com says fly tipping this year is up 76%, with criminals taking advantage of closed and restricted tips due to the coronavirus to rip off households by claiming to be legitimate waste carriers. Now, my brother-in-law, he had to have 2 skips the other week because they've done out the garden. Right, 2 skips. How much was the skip? £400. My sister told me £400. Or was that for both of them? Oh, I can't remember now. Gary knows if Gary's still with us. How much were those two skips there? My neighbour down in Bracknell in Berkshire, she had a load of rubbish to be taken away, and that was due to while the coronavirus, everything was locked up. She couldn't take it anywhere, so she paid someone to come and collect it. £100, £100. You know, and he said it went down the tip. And she said she found some of the items later on eBay that he'd collected, which is okay, you know. I mean, you wanted it rid. He's taken it. You've paid him. He's taken it. I get that. But some of them will just dump the stuff somewhere. It's disgusting. Really, really disgusting. Let's see if we can find out how much that skip was from Gary Butler. Let's just scroll back a little bit there. Morning to AD. Were you given a document for your £2? What £2.50? I don't know what you're talking about there. A document. I don't know. It's a long time ago now. They paid over £400. Yeah, I think so, Gary. I think so. Gary says there's too many of those people advertised on Facebook Marketplace. Man with van doing dump runs for 20 quid. The majority of them don't have the proper waste disposal licenses and dump them on country lanes. It's just so sad to see it all. And you do see mainly elderly people with pretty little bungalows and all that. And round the corner, someone's dumped a load of stuff again. Oh, it's disgusting, isn't it? Really disgusting. You're mentioning that there, Jason, are you? Okay. Let's just scroll down there. Good morning to Mark Bowles joining us this morning. Morning, young Mark. Hello, Mark. Good morning to David. Hello to David. Welcome to the show, David. Engebetson. Have I got that right, David? Whereabouts are you? You're new, aren't you? We've got a few new people joining us today. So good morning to you. I hope you enjoy our little show there. Good. What else have we got here? Here's another one. That's the same story. Why have I got that up twice there? I might have just deleted something I was going to do. Oh, how annoying is that? I think I deleted the wrong thing. One moment, please. Let me see if I can find what I've deleted. Foot massage. No, maybe not. Maybe not. The wasps are coming. Oh, giant wasps' nests are coming. Have you ever had a wasp's nest? Not funny. My sister had one, funnily enough, a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. My brother-in-law was cutting the edge and he came across it. And, of course, the wasps think they're under attack. And he got stung a couple of times. A couple of weeks ago, they had someone come round to do the garden. It was actually my nephew and his mate. He's got one of the little mini digger truck things, you know what, pick up earth and all that business. And I think he hit the wasps' nests and they came after him. Funny, and they know who it is, don't they? Wasps. They're not stupid, okay? So my nephew's friend was in his digger thing, which would be sort of, I suppose, a fair way away from the wasp's nest. And it's digging this thing. It's got the wasp's nest accidentally. And these wasps have all come after him. Yeah, he got stung as well. Horrible things, aren't they, wasps? But they must do something doing their pollinating and all that business, mustn't they? Well, in the sun this morning, beware. Giant wasps' nests are coming. They love the hot weather. Giant wasps' nests the size of space hoppers. Do you remember those in the 1970s? You used to sit on the top, wouldn't you, holding those two ears, bouncing along. Actually, I look a little bit like a space hopper now, with my fatness. It says, giant wasps' nests the size of space hoppers are set to invade houses across Britain as the summer heat wave fuel swarms. Frightening. The coming months are set to bring even more of the stinging insects, a pest control expert has warned. Let me take a picture of one of these. Oh, they look scary. Their houses look scary, A little bit like seeing some of the houses in Hackney in London. They're scary. Here, look. Oh, I don't like the look of these at all. Look at that. Look. Do you know they look like a rock cake, don't they? They look like rock cakes. That is a wasp. Look at it, covered in them, dear. Waiting to come out and sting you to death. The coming months are set to bring more of the stinging insects, a pest control expert has warned. He said the warmer temperatures early on in the year has accelerated the growth of the insect population, leading to more active adult-sized wasps buzzing around. Bzzz. Yes, get those net curtains up now. Don't let them in. They're clever wasps. Last year, it was about this time last year or the year before, I was outside the front of my veranda here, and we were having, my sister was there, and I think children were there as well, small people were there, and we'd had some scones, and that was okay. Anyway, my younger nephew turned up, Jimmy, and he gave him a scone, and he's eating it, and this blooming wasp was coming around him. He said, oh, blooming wasp. I said, well, don't move too fast. This wasp, it wouldn't go away. Right, I said, well, go inside, and to go through one of my doors, you've got to come through like a net curtain. Well, the idiot's gone through the net curtain, but he weren't quick enough with the net, and the wasps followed him back all the way into the caravan. I said, get that wasp out of my caravan. He said, well, what do I do? I said, pull the net over, and then put your hand out with the scone with the jam on it. So he did that. The wasp followed out, and he very quickly pulled it back in again, so the wasp stuck. You think that would be the end of it? No. The wasp then proceeded to go up and down. I was watching it. Go up and down this bit of netting, trying to find a way in. They're not stupid wasps. What you need is an execution bat. You absolutely need a wasp execution bat, as mentioned on the Nick Abbott show on LBC. These are electric tennis bats. Oh, they're wonderful. You push a button on there, you put batteries in it, push a button, and anything you touch in it is immediately electrocuted, including yourself. Don't touch it. Don't touch it to see how strong it is. It's really quite powerful, which is funny, really, because it's like only like a 3-volt battery or a 9-volt battery in them. There's all different ones. And let me tell you, these, and it's all metal. Like metal, what are that, Scott? The strings in a tennis racket? Well, it's the same, but it's all metal, right? And you push a button and it becomes electrified. Okay? Never, ever be tempted to touch that. It probably won't kill you, but my God, you feel it. You'll be like that. Perhaps we should do a live demonstration on this show. Shall I ask great nephew Harry to come up here and I could demonstrate it on him? Oh, you'd all be straight on the phone. Oh, hello. Is that the child cruelty people? I've just seen a bloke touch his great nephew with an electric death bat, whatever they're called. Oh, dear. That's what you want. I don't know how good they are on wasps, to be honest. Oh, by the way, I've got some photos to show you today. Now, who sent in photos? Yes, from Mandy Davenport and John Parrish. I do have some photos, but only in exchange for some likes. I will require 25 likes this morning to show you those little bits and pieces, all right? 25 likes and I'll be able to show you the photos. So get liking. How do you like the show? Underneath the YouTube picture is an up and a down. An up thumb will put the likes up. A down thumb will not bring them down once they've gone up. Just to let you know that if you think you want to do that. Okay? So just click the up like button on there underneath the little chat box. Just click on there once and that'll give us a like. And as soon as we got to, what did I say? 23. As soon as we get to 23 likes, I'll show you those pictures. Let me just go back to that story for a moment there. It says more adult-sized wasps will be buzzing around. This has meant the wasps have been active for longer, giving them more time for the queens to build their nests to hibernate in during the winter. There are large nests all over the place. There's a lot more wasps and the nests are huge. Huge. Oh, we don't like them, do we? Bees, no problem. I don't think I've ever been attacked by a bee, except once when it was in a sock. The bee was in a sock and I put my foot in it. I was only a little boy then. But I love watching bees. I went to this Savile Gardens, which is in Berkshire, where my house is. Went down there to the Savile Gardens, and they had, a couple of years ago, had these rose bushes. Oh, the beautiful flowers there. Massive, massive amounts of rose bushes all in a line, and they are covered in bees. Absolutely, and you can hear them doing their work, and you can go right up to it. If that's a rose bush, you can go like that and watch the bee. Not interested in you, just wants to be left alone and do its work. There's no, all these thousands and tens of thousands of bees there, right? No one gets stung. No one. Wouldn't be the same with wasps, would it? Horrible things. In the Sun, it says the high temperatures mean the wasps will stay active until at least late October. Oh, my God. We won't be able to open our windows, will we? Good job I've got Tory air conditioning in my house. And Karen, I've got Tory air conditioning. What's Tory air conditioning? That's where you have the big fan outside and the little units inside. Tory air conditioning, that's called. Labour air conditioning is just a fan. It's not the same. That's what my mate said, Guy. I was having a conversation with him on the Facebook. He didn't know. He said, oh my God, what's that above your head? I said, what? He said, oh my God, you've got Tory air conditioning. They've all got it in blooming Spain and places like that. It also says the warm weather extends the lifespan for the stinging creatures, allowing them to thrive and multiply. The less moisture in the air also makes them more aggressive and more likely to sting. Oh, that's scary. The bloke he's in Norfolk, has already removed a giant's wasp nest the size of a space hopper, nestled in a barn on the edge of the Norfolk Broads. The wasp's nest measured 2.5 feet in diameter with more than 5,000 wasps inside. I don't know how they knew that. Or did they count them out or something when they were dead? 1, 2, 3, 4. That sounds the sort of thing that Peter Wright would do, isn't it? Count wasps. It goes on to say, the nest was bursting with so many wasps that the insects were queuing to try and find an entry point to get in. Oh, it's a little bit like at McDonald's last night. Can't find a way in. Too many cars queuing up at the window. Kitted out in full protective gear, he sprayed the giant nest with 2 different types of spray to kill them, including any that returned later. He said it was an intense job. I don't think I could do that. When you're in that space up close to the nest and can hear the deep buzzing sound. Bzzz. Wow. You get a sense of the massive scale of the structure. I can well believe that there were multiple thousands of wasps inside that nest. You have to be careful when a nest build is in a roof space gets to that size, as the wasps start running out of space and will chew through the ceiling board to create more room. Oh, God. I started by this is how they get rid of them. This is interesting, isn't it? I started by spraying the nest with a knockdown spray, which is like a fly spray, which will kill off all the wasps inside the nest. Then I came back and sprayed it with a residual spray to ensure any wasps that return to the nest later would also be killed off. Oh, in most cases, including this one, we would leave the nest in situ, as wasps will never use a nest built by another colony in the previous year. He added out that the giant nest would have started out as in spring the size of a golf ball, built by a single queen wasp who would have laid around a dozen eggs inside it. It then grew in size as these eggs hatched. Oh, it's making more of my hair stand up on end. It then grew in size as these eggs hatched and worked to expand the nest while the queen bee continually lays more and more eggs. Oh dear. Don't like them. You can buy something actually, can't you? And then it goes on. Most of the year, adult wasps hunt insects to feed the larvae in exchange for a sugary substance released by the larvae as a reward. Oh. Don't like them. Don't like wasps. There's something you can buy actually that looks like a wasp's nest, and it's supposed to stop wasps from making nests. Basically, you hang this. It's like a bag. I think it's like a paper bag, or maybe you can just use a paper bag. If you hang a paper bag up, I think filled with anything, I suppose, and it looks like a wasp's nest, and if other wasps see it, they won't build a nest where you are. I'm sure I've seen that somewhere on Amazon or something like that. Let's just read a couple of your messages out there, my loves. Where are we going now? David is in the US of A. Well, welcome along, David, to this mad British programme, my dear. Okay, 3:30 in the morning where David is at the moment. Can't sleep. Oh, well. There's a few stories, David. I do stories. I just dip in and out of the chat box now. I don't sort of rely on it at all. Otherwise, it just becomes a little bit boring. Okay. Michael Pullman had an electric bat. Great to use on the blowflies during summer. Thank you, Michael. Did I see John Springate? Good morning, John. There's my friend John Springate. Hello to you, sir. You would have seen him on the Top of the Pops in the Glitter Band. Very talented man who I had the pleasure of working with a few times, many times actually, in various different places, singing and playing Would you play guitar? Can't remember now. John says, have you heard about the giant wasps in the States? Do you mean the hornets? I mean, they're even worse, hornets. You've heard me tell the story before. I was in the kitchen, again, down at the house in Berkshire, and I heard this really loud buzzing sound. What the hell is that? I thought it was someone outside with an electric strimmer. No! This massive... Fortunately, I had the back door open and the front door, and they are opposite each other. And I looked across, and this hornet, it was like a helicopter, I kid you not. It was slow. It was like, bzzz, like that. Like it didn't have a worry in the world. Nothing's going to come near me. Nothing's going to attack me. I'll just take my time and have a little look around while I'm here. And it came, fortunately, it went straight through the house. Bzzz, like that it was. Horrible things. Oh, horrible hornets. My mate found one. It was under the bed. Him and his other half, they were trying to go to sleep, and they kept hearing this buzzing sound. So, of course, you can't sleep. It's like having a mosquito in the room, isn't it? Oh, God. You think you can ignore that mosquito? Don't think so. Like that all the time, isn't it? Horrible things. Well, this hornet, so he's looked up, and he's found it under the bed. Great big thing it was. Straight up the Hoover, thank you very much. Mind you, if I use a Hoover for a wasp or a spider, I then put the Hoover outside because I'm always frightened it's going to climb back out the tube. Seriously, awful things. Yeah, David says those death mats work well for mosquitoes as well. So there we are. Cluster flies love caravans. Oh, I know that. Horrible little things. All over the place. Horrible little things. All right. Adam. At work the other day, I had to clear a fly tip at one of our stations, so my labour charge, the use of a van to charge the waste carriers, £200, gosh. £200, dear me. There we are, never mind. Right, another story here, gang. Passengers' foot massage. Do you like a foot massage? Do you like a foot massage? Well, in the Daily Mirror this morning, a video of a woman giving someone a foot massage on a plane. I mean, that's a bit much, isn't it? I quite like the idea if I could possibly take my foot spa onto a plane. You know. Imagine getting on a plane with your foot spa. Put it down in front of you. Planes are down. Excuse me, is there any way to plug this in? Could you bring us over some water, please? If it was Ryanair, they'd want to charge you for every bottle of water you'd put in that foot spa. I tell you that. Nowhere to plug it in, though, is there? Oh, actually, there is, isn't there? And we got electric on planes. I think they got 3-pin plugs on planes. Probably wouldn't be able to take it, though, because it's like 500 watts or something like that, isn't it? But in the Daily Mirror, it says, when it comes to travelling on a plane, there are certain unspoken rules of etiquette we all have to follow. For instance, use headphones if you're listening to music and don't recline your chair right back into someone's face. Now, see, the chair thing is really difficult, isn't it? Because on one hand, you don't want the person in front of you putting the chair down if you're in the back of the plane. On the other hand, if you're in a chair, you want to go back. I think really on planes that they're going to have to do something about that because people are becoming less and less intolerant of everything, to be honest, you know. And a lot of people, they just hear what they want to hear, don't they? You know, you'll say something and it didn't mean what it may sound like. You know, it's like these people that are offended all the time. No one created offence. You just looked for it, so you found it. Do you know what I mean? It says, for instance, use headphones if you're listening to music and don't recline your chair right back into someone's face. Plain etiquette. It's also common decency to keep your shoes and socks on during a flight. But we've seen people put their bare feet up on other people's seats and even use their toes to work a touch screen. Oh, dirty people. I must say, I take my shoes off on the plane. Quite soon into the flight, actually, but I put them underneath. And I'll happily go up and down the plane in my socks. That's all right. A more recent clip of bare feet on a plane is currently doing the rounds online, and it's sparked outrage. The video shows a woman in a face covering giving the man sat behind a foot massage. Do you like a foot massage? Is that good for you? A little bit of a foot massage. The man raises his leg in the aisle, so his foot is level with the woman's armrest. She then takes hold of his bare foot and begins rubbing it up and down. The post was captioned, JFC, come on. Where's JFC? What's JFC? I don't know what that means. Many people have commented to share their disgust. I mean, would you have a problem with that? Someone having their feet massaged behind you? I don't think it would bother me, really. Again, I think it's one of those things, you know, the foot is nowhere near you, but people feel the need to complain or moan, don't they? One person said, what the actual hell is this? Another wrote, I am not okay after this. A third said, okay, no, all the nopes that never noped in Nopeland. Someone else replied, oh my God, get a room, gagging. And someone else said, I literally screamed as I saw this. This comes after a man left fellow passengers baffled on a plane by his attempt to reheat a slice of pizza. You remember we did that story a while ago? In an effort to warm up his snack, the man turned on the overhead light above his seat and held the pizza just millimetres from the bulb to try and warm it up. The bizarre moment was captured on camera by a fellow passenger. Apparently there's a website called Passenger Shaming, and you can find all stuff like that on this website, Passenger Shaming or something like that. Jason Hughes said it would stink the plane out. I think it certainly would. Denise can't beat a nice foot spa. I've got tea tree powder I put in mine, Denise. One more like and I'll show you the pictures. We're up to 22. We need 23 this morning, please. Mark says it wasn't a hornet buzzing under the bed. I'm sure it wasn't. The Mile High Foot Club says Gary 2 tickets Ross. Yes. Not good, is it? Simon Cowell's been told to stop doing dangerous things. This is in the Sun this morning. Because he likes his boys' toys. I don't think Simon's that grown up, is he? Really, in his mind, he's still a boy. I think I'm the same, really. I never wanted to grow up, so I didn't. Thrill seeker Simon Cowell has reluctantly agreed to give up the electric bike, which left him badly injured. You may remember he fell off this new electric bike he's got and broke his back. Terrible. It follows pleas from his partner after breaking his back in a horrific accident last week. Simon, who's 60, now doesn't look 60, does he? Simon Cowell? Doesn't look 60. Simon, who's 60, has a love of fast cars, jet skis and bikes, like the powerful electric Swind EB01. Oh, I must have a look at that. Let me just copy that for later. Copy electric Swind. I must have a look at that. And he was testing it when it upended. But family and friends have urged Simon, who broke 3 vertebrae, to dump his big boy's toys. Now, I'm not a nurse or a doctor. That sounds quite serious, breaking vertebrae, does it? And what do? Do you just have to sort of lay on your... Oh, just imagine having to lay on your back for weeks. Oh. I see there were more pictures yesterday of Katie Price being carried around by her latest boyfriend, right? Because she's broken her feet. And there were all these pictures of her. On not one, every single picture, she's got her legs wide open, wrapped around him. I mean, it says a very... It's true. You have a look. Go and find the pictures of Katie Price with her, every single picture of her legs. Even when she's laying there on the bed, there they are, up in the air again. Oh, dear. A very close family insider confirmed to The Sun that his other half doesn't want him to ride one of those bikes again, so he's agreed with his friends and family to get rid of them as soon as he's out of hospital. It says, now I'm very surprised at this electric bike. The power of the bike was unbelievable when he changed the setting up to the second one. The bike just flew into the air. These are dangerous, these things, aren't they? Thankfully, he let go of the bike as he fell backwards and didn't land on him. Described as a hyperbike, the Swind, which is this particular bike, cost £15,000 and can reach 60 miles an hour. Oh, blimey. I think I know what he's done here. I would imagine that the danger is not the speed of the bike going at 60 miles an hour. The danger is how you get to 60 miles an hour. If you do it gradually, then it's probably all right. I reckon he flicked it and it went sort of, tried to go from 0 to 60 and bang, you get flown off. Bit like actually in my car, you know, if I've been on the motorway and you see a problem or something and you want to get away quick, if I push my foot down, you got to hold that steering wheel. You know, you feel it. It shoots forward because mine's electric and electric petrol I've got. Simon said he hadn't read the instructions and understood its capabilities. Wow. His other half is making regular visits to the hospital, which is good, but he mustn't return to work until doctors give the nod. It was understood that this demand is proving even more difficult than convincing him to throw out his high-octane toys. But he likes all these things, you see, fast. I mean, a lot of lads and ladies, of course, like fast cars and jet skis and all that. It's never really appealed to me, to be honest. You know, I just want to get from A to B as quickly as possible, to be honest. As I've mentioned many times before, I really look forward to having a car what will drive me from A to B without me having to do anything. You know, push a couple of buttons, that's it, off it goes, go to sleep. Wake up at the other end. Be lovely, that would. Right, we've got 26 likes now, so let's show you these pictures this morning. Let's start off with John Parrish's pictures, and there's a little story to go with them. See, John, where is he now? Our other house in France. Chateau we drove to in France. So they went to visit this place. Now look at this place. Oh, look at that. That's John's other house. He's got properties all over the world, John Barish. You know, he's staying in a caravan at the moment. He doesn't have to stay in a caravan, he just likes it. Same as me. I love my caravan. There you go, that's his living room. It's not bad, is it, eh? I mean, I'll be honest with you, the carpet could do with a blooming good clean, I think. Maybe get yourself one of those vaxes, John. You know, you can borrow mine if you want. That carpet cleaning vax machine, you put a little bit of shampoo in it and just go up and down your carpet. I mean, look at that carpet. When's the last time that was cleaned? You dirty so-and-so. Disgusting. And I hope they're energy-saving bulbs in that chandelier as well. I don't like to see too much electricity used. Thank you very much. Thank you, John. What a beautiful house, isn't it, eh? Thank you, John. Mandy Davenport has been cooking. Let me get that email up first. Where's our Mandy? Oh, Mandy. There we go. Mandy's bread pudding. Mandy's been making bread pudding. Now, my mum used to make loads of bread pudding, and for some reason I never ate it. Or a rock cakes. I wish they were here now, because I like all that sort of thing now. But I don't know why. I just never ate the cakes, really. And what's the other thing I said? The bread pudding. But Mandy's been making some. Check this out, boys and girls. Oh, yes. Mandy's bread pudding. Doesn't that look absolutely delicious? Thank you very much for sending your pictures in as well there, John and Mandy. Beautiful. Here, Mark Bowles, do you like a bit of bread pudding? I could learn to make it if you want me to. I don't mind. Anything for you, 'cause you're not there. That one. Eh? Morning to Peter Paliwoda. Peter, right. Actually, yeah, he'd love to come and clean that carpet and take several pictures of it from different angles. Is that a good idea? Well done. Thanks very much for that, Mandy. As always, gang, if you've got anything you want to send in, pictures of anything, perhaps a short video, please don't send me any more than 2 pictures at a time. Otherwise, it becomes really complicated. And then I forget things. And then some, oh, you haven't done this, you haven't done that. Well, you sent too much in, that's why. Just 2 pictures at a time, please. Send them to that address there, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Pictures can be anything at all. You know, rude pictures I will look at, but I'm afraid I won't be able to show them on the programme, because it is a family programme and we are being watched at all times by head of the Catholic Church on the Isle of Wight, Shania Steele, who is observing this programme, you know, and hoping that I'm not too rude. So we can't be rude at any time. But if you've got a hobby, perhaps, lovely Denise Andrews sent in pictures of her craft work, which she makes. Or perhaps you've been on holiday, you saw some beautiful sights or something like that. Send those in. Perhaps you've got a picture of, I don't know, your wife who you love very much, or, you know, your husband who you love very much, whatever, boyfriend, girlfriend. Don't mind. Perhaps you've got a cute bum. You know, you could send that over in a pair of nice jeans or shorts, Mark Bowles. You could send that, obviously not a naked one, I wouldn't show that. You've got nice... nice... No, you won't be seeing mine on there. It used to be nice. Sometimes I'm walking along and I notice something's dragging on the floor. What is that? And I look back and it's my bum. It's terrible. It's just dropped. Nothing there anymore. Morning, Matuli. Good morning, and you. Hello to you. That's not my brother-in-law. That's Roy the boy. Roy the boy. Back last year, my brother-in-law got together lots of other YouTubers and he made a calendar. And that's our August. I will be making a second appearance on the calendar. I can't remember when. Just a moment. Not allowed to see. Oh, there it is. November. I'm back in November. All right? Sherry's hungry and she's on a diet. Sherry's got her own YouTube channel, boys and girls. She does cookery things and little bits about her life and all that. She's doing like a weight loss type videos at the moment. I think there's 2 up there now. Okay, so if you want to have a little look there, have a look. It's pouring down rain where Mark is. Is it really? No rain here. It's very cloudy and I'm hoping it doesn't rain because I want to go out on my bike. But if I can't go out on my bike, I'll go out with an umbrella. and be done with it like that. Mari likes to look at the cake, don't you, Mari? It does. Sherry can't stop laughing. That's what it's all about, having a sense of humour, Sherry. You know, some people don't get it, and it's funny that sometimes you know people for a long time, and then you say something that they don't like, and then it all changes. You get that sometimes. People don't get the humour sometimes, you know. I think that's happened once this morning, actually. I watched a chat box, but I just skip over it because, you know, if you don't get it, then that's how it is. It's just how it is, isn't it, really? All right. It's chucking it down where Mark is this morning. He's down there in Somerset. The sun only shines on the righteousness. Well, it won't be shining on me then, Peter. It's probably beaming over the Isle of Wight at this moment at Shania. Yeah. Raining and thunderstorms in Cornwall. Well, maybe we'll have that here. Since being in the caravan, I haven't had a thunderstorm here. Not at all. Not once. In the coming up to 2.5 years I've had this. I can't believe how quickly that's gone. 2.5 years I've been here, and we've just about got the internet sorted out now. 2.5 years, and it's lovely. It really is. Having an older caravan, it's like constant maintenance. It really is. There always seems to be something. At the moment, in my hallway, there seems to be a bit of a dip in the floor, which is kind of going down a bit, and it's worrying me that one day I'll come in and go straight through the floor. Hopefully there will be a camera set up at the time, so you'll be able to enjoy that. All right. How are we doing? 5 to 10. Oh, brilliant. A bizarre moment. A cat fell out of the sky. Again in the sun this morning. A cat plummeted down from a high-rise building in China, knocking out a passing dog owner. It fell out. Actually, I haven't got it on the system. Haven't loaded it on. I've got a video of a cat. Remind me on Monday. I'll try and get that on the system. I can't guarantee I can get it on the system. I'll try and get it on there for Monday. That my niece has sent me, because she's got 2 kittens now, as well as the cat. The cat had 3 kittens, and really sad one of them didn't make it, unfortunately. And she tried to look after it. It couldn't get to the mother's milk. She fed it by hand, and it didn't make it, unfortunately. But she's got 2 other kittens now, and I won't tell you the video. She sent me a video, and it's hilarious what this kitten does. Kittens are very funny, aren't they? Hours and hours of pleasure watching cats and young cats and kittens do what they do. As they get older, they get a little bit more sort of laid back and friendly, don't they? Closed circuit television of the bizarre moment shows the cat landing straight on the elderly man's head before darting away in the street. This cat literally fell out of a building. The poor pensioner had been taking a leisurely stroll in a city in Harbin. His well-fed dog wearing protective boots on his paws. Why has he got protective boots on his paws? Was it hot? Yeah, someone said to me this dog had all burns on its paws when it was walking through London the other day, apparently, because it was so hot. Did anyone hear that at all? Anyway, his well-fed pooch, wearing protective boots on his paws, was walking slightly ahead of him along the footpath. Surveillance video captures the cat suddenly falling onto the man, leaving him unconscious. Well, it must have been a fat cat. The cat immediately gets up, seemingly uninjured, and dashes away to the safety of a nearby doorway. Well, watch out when you're walking past blooming buildings or trees. They climb up trees and get stuck, don't they, cats? Meanwhile, the man's dog eventually realised something is amiss, so wanders back to his knocked-out owner before spotting the cat. The chubby golden retriever then corners the cowering feline near a building. This dog has got boots on. I'll take a picture. Let me take a picture. Look, this dog's got boots on. Has anyone got dogs and cats? Do you dress them up? My mum, when she was a little girl, she always used to tell me, sorry, I'm banging the microphone there. Here, look, it's got boots on. These boots are made for walking, and walking they must do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. Bum, bum, bum. Have I said hello to Maureen this morning? Text again. Good morning, Maureen. Oh, I must have done. I've done your thing there. Oh, how funny. The bloke spent 23 days in hospital before being discharged. Photo shows him recovering with a neck brace. Gosh. The injured man's family members and the cat's owners are reportedly trying to reach an agreement on compensation for the accident. It's unclear if the authorities are involved in the discussions. Isn't that awful? Couldn't make it up, could you? Cat falls out and knocks someone out. Very dangerous. Or is it time for my pills? Right, another couple of stories. Oh, now, why is that one in there? Oh, it's wrong day. Wrong day. Wrong day. The Daily Mail, this one. We've got a lot of animal stories today. I've noticed that. 1 minute. Ethel the emu. Emu, a flightless bird nearly 6 foot tall. Do you like emus? Aren't they funny watching them? Their beaks are a bit big though. They scare me a little bit. Emus. They've got this thing in Australia. The Cassandra. Michael Pullman alone. Is it the Cassandra? We've talked about it before. Very dangerous. They're a bit like, I think they're a little bit like an emu. Except on the bottom of their foot, they've got, which is basically a razor blade, and it can disembowel you. If it gets scared, it will come, whoosh, and that's it, all your guts drop out. Organs as well. Which could double up as dog food, I suppose, when you think about it. As a flightless bird, nearly 6 foot tall, you'd think it would be easy for her owner to keep an eye on her. But for the second time in a week, Ethel the emu has gone on the run to the amusement of locals, the police and the RSPCA. She was first reported missing to police on Thursday last week and spent 5 days on the run from her home near Doncaster, South Yorkshire. She gave officers the slip. Ethel was said to have run off at speed but was reunited. Reunited 'cause it feels so good. She was reunited with her owner on Monday evening. Residents spotted her in a field behind their gardens in Sprotsborough, perilously close to the nearby A1M motorway. Well, I might have passed it last night. One of the busiest roads in the country, leading to fears that she could cause a serious incident if she was to wander onto the carriageway. One local said, "I'd hate her to get hurt." Yeah, you wouldn't want to get hurt. There's a picture of her here. She don't look very colourful. I always thought emus were quite colourful birds. No? Have I got that wrong? Yeah, let's take a photo. Yeah, this is the actual emu called Ethel. Ethel the emu. Ethel. She's not very colourful, is she? Look. But nevertheless, beautiful in her own way. Everyone is beautiful in their own way. Everyone. Don't let anyone ever say that you're ugly. Everyone is beautiful in their own way, right? Do you know what I have heard from people before? And it's awful, really. You know, when they say they've gone to see someone's baby. Oh, I went to see so-and-so's baby. Isn't it ugly? What an awful thing to say. Isn't that horrible? There's some horrible people out there. There really is. Local businessman who keeps 3 other emus previously said that Ethel was a wanderer. She's a wanderer. He's a wanderer. Da 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 da. Yeah. A little moment of singing for you there, boys and girls. No extra cost, incidentally. No extra cost. She was a wanderer that comes and goes as it pleases to woodland that he and other owner in the area. He owns woodlands. I'd like to own a woodland. That's where I'd like to live, in the middle of a forest. I can have my hat on. I've got one. Oh, by the way, this is the Super Chat prize next week, okay? Super Chat prize next week is a hat. Every time you send me a £1 Super Chat or a £1 tip, I will give you a free raffle ticket. And you could win this hat, which is valued at least £85,000 and will become a family heirloom. You'll be able to hand these on to your children. You know, why? Why not be able to hand those on to your children? Eh? Something like that. So every time you send us a £1 Super Chat, I forgot to mention that this morning, I'll give you a free raffle ticket, and the draw for that will be on Thursday, all right? The story goes on. Perhaps I should send one to him, send one to that bloke to keep the emu's head warm. It's the same colour. That's actually navy blue, okay? If I come closer, it looks black, doesn't it? It is it is all. I'll be honest with you. It looks black, and you hold it into a light. It's a very, very dark navy blue, and on the front, you see that there's a little picture of me there, and you see those two black bits. I can't quite get it in focus there. It says UK lockdown 2020. So only a few of these being made. All right, there we are. There's not many raffle tickets in there this week, so you've got a good chance of winning that. It says, emus are not stupid. She knows where she lives. She's just afraid to come back because she thinks she'll be chased again. Chase me, chase me. I can only dream of being chased by someone lovely. If people just leave her alone, she will return to the woodlands. So that's nice. But I would like to live in the woods. Really would. It's the only thing. We're down at the house in Bracknell. I'm very close to woods. So I can just leave my house, walk over a couple of roads, and I'm literally in the middle of the woods collecting rubbish. I should be collecting rubbish every time I go there for a while until I've cleared it all out. Then I'll be happy. Lincolnshire is very wonderful. I like the fact there's a flat. I was saying to you about the thunderstorms earlier. I'm waiting for a lightning storm because I can see so much out of my kitchen window and on the veranda. You see for miles. And to be able to see all that sky and the flashing, but we haven't had one here yet in the 2.5 years that I've been up here. Keep missing them, unfortunately. But there's no woods really near me. I can't walk to the woods. I can get in the car and go to the woods for a walk. But, if I can do it from my house and not have to get the car out, it makes a big difference, doesn't it? Is a super chat coming in this morning? Just the one from John Parrish. Thank you very much to Mr. John Parrish for this morning's super chat. He's trying to win the hat, aren't you, John? Here we go. Yes. That's not bad, is it? £1 for a show. Ticket number 950 for Mr. John Parrish this morning. I've got a nice... Will you wait till you see what I got for the next week's super chat raffle, John? I had a clock made. I had one clock made. There you go, 950. 950, John. You don't need to know the number on this raffle, okay? That'll be next Thursday morning, all right, John? There you go. Let me put that in there. That's what we need. Thank you very much, John. Yes, and I can't walk to the forest from here. There's no forest around it. It's flat. Completely flat. Which is nice if you're cycling, but if the sun's out, you can't get out of it. There's no canopy. There's nothing to get out of the sun. Once you're out in it, that's it, mate. So you better have a hat and some water. I brought my hat up with me this time. So there's disadvantages and advantages of both places that I kind of live in now. And I can't choose. It's funny, isn't it, really? Whole idea of getting the caravan is it would be a stepping stone to see if I like it up here, then I'll move and buy a house. Unfortunately, yes, I do like it up here, but I don't dislike where I live, where the house is, and I'm kind of in the middle, and I don't know how I'll ever get out of that, but it's one of those things, isn't it? Let's just scroll up a little bit there. Thank you very much. Appeals game. Raining cats and dogs, says Peter Palawoda. You're absolutely right. Poor Jason had loads to do today, but it looks like it's going to be watching Rocket Ronnie in the snooker final. Rocket Ronnie. Cloudy in Dorset this morning. Thank you, Maori. It's just... Matuli, a little sad. Girlfriend left me. Now I'm staying at home a lot more. My wife's complaining I'm ruining her romantic time with her boyfriend. Oh, just don't worry about girlfriends and boyfriends. You must not be very old, Matuli. Really. There is an age you go past and then it doesn't matter anymore. Don't matter anymore, really. Not really. Not really. And I think, and I've mentioned this before, I think the longer you are on your own... you're not obviously not on your own, but I think the longer you are on your own, it becomes more and more difficult that you could ever let anyone back in again, if you see what I mean. And I don't think I can, really. Not that I've had an offer. Amelia Dodd, good morning to Amelia Dodd this morning. Thank you, John. I've had my pills now. John Parrish, Chris, I've had that carpet since 1879 and still has more life in it yet. You know I'm careful with my money, dear. I love it, John. And it's nice that... So you had the carpet since 1879. So you were born, what, 1840? Something like that, John, when you had that carpet, when you bought it. Did you get it from the carpet warehouse? Did someone... Have you seen some of those cheap carpets people buy? And they awful. Again, back at the house, I had the hallway done. The hallway and my bedroom. Was it just those two? I think they were just the two rooms I had. It cost a fair bit of money. I got it done with John Lewis. Went into John Lewis. He said, how much do you want to spend? And I said, look, I don't want to have to do this again. Okay, come over here, sir. And he took me over there, and there's these beautiful carpets, and that's what I had put down, you know. I try and clean them once a year. I got a bloke in to clean them once, and I was really disappointed. He went round with this spray thing, you know, on a long wand type thing, pumped this thing and then sprayed everywhere, right? And that was about it. Thanks very much, £75, please. He then looked in the carpet, because they were woolen carpet, they're woolen carpets. He looked in there for moths or moth eggs. And he said, well, you haven't got any moth eggs, so you won't need that. £75, please. I thought, blimey, is that all? He can't have been there that long. He weren't there an hour. And after that, I went out and bought one of those Vax carpet cleaning machines. Very good, very good. Now, it's the second one I've had years ago, 25 years ago, when I had my flat in Wandsworth. I had this, like, it was almost like a dome carpet cleaner. You used to put this liquid in. Oh, it was hard work. It wasn't like wasn't like an upright one. It was really hard work using this carpet cleaner. It did the job, but I think I only used it twice. I had a girlfriend at the time, Jackie her name was, and she had a flat in Southfields, and she borrowed it a couple of times to do her place as well. I was only with her how long was I with her? About 6-9 months, something like that. And she did her place twice, because she had children, you see. And she did her place with that. Yeah, but really hard work. It was a bit like a giant... You know those Henry Hoovers? Looked a bit like that, but much bigger. Anyway, got rid of that. And I bought my Vax one, which is an upright one. And it's got like a tank, and you fill up this tank with stuff. And the tank, what collect it, you run it over, and it pushes the liquid down onto the carpet and then sucks it back up again into another canister, which is clear, and it sits on the front type thing. And you can see how dirty the water's filthy. And it's funny, isn't it? Because I don't go in my house with my shoes on. So I always take my shoes off. You know, you would think that hundreds of people are walking in and out with muddy boots. Yet where does all that dirt come from? I don't know. John, there we are. Let's have a look. Rod Hull scared Muhammad Ali. Did he? What, with Emu? I remember the thing on when Rod Hull attacked Parkinson, or Emu attacked. It was hilarious, that. One of the funniest interviews I've ever seen. He died, didn't he, Rod Hull? He went up on his roof, his bungalow, to adjust his TV aerial and fell off and died. Yeah, very dangerous. John, there you go. John, remember the horrible emu that attacked Parkinson? He was livid. He was fuming, weren't he? There you go. He's just saying what I just said there. Jason says, when people call me ugly, let's jump down that as. I just say you must be looking in the mirror. Yeah, I'm sure. Mark Bowles is back. He disappears. He comes back. He disappears. Where do you keep going, Mark? I notice sometimes you're watching me, and you say, "Oh, I'll be back in a minute." You know, is it like you go and sort of lie down and do something for a while, and then come back when you're finished or something? I don't know. What is it you do? I mean, I can understand that. What with watching me and all that. Perhaps I should bring out a little film, Mark, or something. Chris Does Chapel Hill. It's on the sort of same lines as Debbie Does Dallas. You know, Chris Does Chapel Hill. Oh dear. Are you an in-betweenie? No, I'm not an in-betweenie. No. I think there's something wrong with your computer this morning. The show's coming over all quiet. There's a couple of people say that sometimes. Oh, you're really quiet this morning. And then you tell them, oh, it's all right, I've turned up the volume now. Mandy's up where the sun is out. The sun has got its hat on. Denise, in the 1970s, carpets were mostly leaves, orange and nylon. Yeah, as you can see from Peter Wright's carpet, which is the worst carpet I've ever seen in my entire life. Congratulations to Joey Millen and Amelia Dodd. It's their first year anniversary. When da 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 da, the anniversary walks with you. I hope he's taking you out somewhere nice for a nice anniversary dinner. Is it McDonald's or KFC you're going to, my love? That's the sort of places you like, isn't it? Doesn't matter wherever you want to go. You know, don't need to go to a posh restaurant. I can see you and Joey sitting there holding hands over a McDonald's. Possibly a vanilla shake. And no, actually, as it's your anniversary, strawberry shakes. Push the boat out, darling. Make him take you out to McDonald's for your anniversary dinner. I'm sure you'll enjoy that, my love. Okay. Peter's got cupboards full of gadgets. Yeah. What tends to happen with gadgets I don't want, Peter? I give them away. Literally give them away to people. I gave away my bread machine to my niece. If you were trying to lose weight, never ever buy a bread machine. Oh, the bread is beautiful coming out of those, isn't it, eh? Beautiful coming out of a bread machine. Mark, anyone want to take me out today? Oh, you're so far away, Mark. You're down in Somerset. I'm even further away from you than I normally am. What a shame. Okay, we'll do one more story. And then we're going to do today's raffle tickets. So get ready for those, gang. Dogs. Who's got a dog? Are you a dog lover? My sister loves dogs. She's had dogs for years. I think ever since she got married, they've had a dog. Beautiful dogs. And then they go and it's just heartbreaking, isn't it? But how are your pets, dogs in particular, doing thunderstorms, which we've mentioned already today? For many dog owners, thunderstorms and bonfire night are chaotic events marred by a barking pet dog that whimpers relentlessly due to the loud noises. Thunder and pyrotechnics both elicit a similar reaction in some dogs, and Finnish scientists looked into what leads some dogs being more fearful than others. They found that puppies that socialise with other dogs when they are growing up are less likely to be afraid of the commotion. Other factors were also found that can be linked to canine fearfulness, including breed, age and whether or not they've been neutered. Data from the RSPCA shows almost half of all dogs in the UK are scared of fireworks. And they are, aren't they? My mate's cats are scared of not all of them. Most of his cats are scared of fireworks. They run in and hide behind the settee. It's not nice, is it? I know people have been going on for years and it'll come round again this year. You know, and we should ban all fireworks and all this, that and the other. There were fireworks going on one morning back at the house. 3 o'clock in the morning the other day. I'll be honest with you, where my house is, it's getting a bit trashy down that road. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it really is. And round the back. Kids screaming and shouting, girls and boys, like 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, when they've been drinking and then stupid me goes round the next morning when they're all in bed and pick up the cans and bottles and chuck them in the bin. I don't know. I've often said that, you know, I personally would like to live on my own in the middle of nowhere, away from everyone, really. I wouldn't have any rubbish to pick up or whatever. Maybe I'd get bored doing that, though, wouldn't I? Oh, there's nothing to pick up today. How disappointing. That's it. Come round here and dump your rubbish outside the caravan. Very happy to go and pick that up later. Do you know, funny thing is, I'd rather be over the forest picking up rubbish and walking than sitting in front of the telly for hours on end. I can't do that. I used to do it when I was a teenager. I'd come home from school, that's it. I'd sit in the armchair, on would go the telly, Blue Peter, the news, Nationwide, Star Trek, The Waltons, and I'd be in front of that telly from when I got in from school at 3:30 till I went to bed at about 10 o'clock. No, I can't do it. It says big dogs are less likely to be scared of a thunderclap than a small dog. Dogs that exercise between 1 and 3 hours a day were less afraid of thunder than those that exercise more than 3 hours a day. So I've done all these things. But it is horrible, isn't it? Seeing your pet scared by just banging going on all over the place. Rough. Mark says, rough area where you are, Chris. White deer needles. I haven't found any needles yet, Mark. But I find loads of those little plastic bags what they sell their blooming smoking stuff in. That horrible smelling marijuana. Can't stand. I bet you have some of that, don't you, Mark? You look like the sort that would be smoking that stuff out in the street somewhere with your white hat on. Please do not wear United Kingdom talk hats when you're smoking that stuff. I can't be associated with that sort of thing, dear. I'd be kicked out of the Conservative Party. He wants help. Can someone help me? I've seen an advert on TV. Donate £3 a month and you can feed a village in Africa water for a month. So why is my bill 40 quid? I know what you mean. I've seen that one. Isle of Skye? Yes, Peter. Isle of Skye. Seen it on the telly. Looks beautiful. Isle of Mull. I've been there. Mentioned that a few times. Isle of Mull. We went there years ago. That was beautiful there. Nice and quiet there. Jason Hughes takes his missus to the food bank on our anniversaries. Morning to Chris Williams. Morning, Chris. Nice to see you there. Have you got an improved screen? Ah, he's got a new screen there. Well done. All right. Amelia doesn't know where she's going out for a celebratory meal. Okay, who wants a raffle ticket? Speak now, please, boys and girls. Speak now if you want a raffle ticket. Let's have a look. And Maureen, let's start with Maureen. 525 for Maureen. And then we do our birthdays and then our daily bingo game. All right. Have I got these ready? Yep, there we go. Right, I'm ready for you. Come on. Who wants a raffle ticket? Peter says, will the smoking be legalised one day, that marijuana? I blooming well hope not. I can't stand the smell. It's awful. It's awful. John Aiken, 526. Thanks, John. John, I meant to ask you. DJ, my mate David Rosen used to DJ at a place, I think it was near Crews, where you were. I remember it being a big open room with boxes that people would sit on. Do you remember what it was called? I don't think it was there very long, and it was in the West End somewhere. It wasn't, I don't think it was Cruise. Do you remember? Does that ring a bell at all, John? David Rosen used to DJ there. Okie doke. Daniel Holmes, 527. Mark Bowles, 528. Tony King, 529. Here come the raffle tickets. Diane Jebb, 5:30. If you're new to the show, welcome along. This is for a raffle that we do every Monday. If you're with us doing the live show, you can have a raffle ticket. All you've got to do is say now, ticket please. Only ask once, and when I get to the end, I'll tell you that I think I've got to the end of the list. And if you've been missed out, then please speak there. But only ask once, otherwise it gets really confusing. All right, my loves. And that's for anyone who's watching this morning. Gary Davidson, 531. Mari, 532. Denise Andrews, 533. Michael Pullman, 534. Let me just scroll down those names. Where's our Michael gone? Saw him there. Is that Michael Pullman? Where are you? There's Michael. Jason Hughes. Yeah, Jason Hughes, 535. Peter Palawoda. Congratulations, AD. Who's AD? I don't know who AD is. Amelia Dodd. Of course, Amelia Dodd there. Was it called The Box? No, it wasn't The Box. The Box was quite upmarket, wasn't it? A little bit posh, so to speak. And that really good looking DJ there. I can't remember his name now. Gary? Was it Gary? Someone Gary? Maybe? I don't know. Morning, Ross. Ross Herndon, 536. Thanks, Ross. Shania 537. Simon 538. I was going to ask you a question about Callum. Now, what was it? Did I see something on his wall or something? What was the question I was going to ask you about? Oh, I know. It was to do with his email. 1 minute. And is it on here? No, it's not. He's not on the weekday list, is he? I can't see it now though. Callum's got a. Oh God, what's his email? What's the last part of his email that doesn't give the email away? I was going to ask you about that. Is he presumably he's getting his email tickets okay? I would presume, but I was surprised. I was just doing when I was bringing the emails up here for today and tomorrow. We'll be doing the bingo from up here tomorrow, okay? And I came across his email and I thought, oh, he's not a Gmail. So he's getting his tickets all right, presumably. Otherwise, he would have got a Gmail. Am I right with that, Shania, darling? Or Simon? Whoever's there. Peter's internet went down the other day and I found people sitting on my sofa, in the sofa, turns out to be my kids. Well, there's something new. Was it the bar nearby Cruise was Brief Encounter? No, I worked at Brief Encounter. I DJ'd there for a while. No, it was... I can't remember the name of this damn place. It was run by a lady. Apparently it was run by a woman. I must ask David Rosen what that place was. Okay, Amelia Dodd. We've done Amelia, haven't we? We've done Amelia, I think. Okay, I think I've done all the raffle tickets there. If I've missed anyone... Oh, there is Amelia Dodd. Did I do you, Amelia? Wait a minute. No. Amelia Dodd, 539. Amelia Dodd. There you go, Amelia. 539 for Amelia. Michael Lawrence. Am I missing people out here? I don't think I've completed the list, did I? Michael Lawrence, 540. Oh, there we go. Fran Green, 541. I must have jumped all the way down there. Joe Woodrow, 545. Hang on. 542, sorry. Joe Woodrow, 542. I think I've jumped down the list here somewhere. Done Jason. Was that Jason? There's Joe. Amelia. Who else is saying ticket? Anyone else saying ticket there? There's Fran. There's Joe. Yeah, was it downstairs? Possibly. Okie doke, boys and girls. If I've missed anyone out, please speak now and say you've missed me out. Ticket, please, and I'll correct that. Let's just do today's birthdays while we're sitting here. And happy birthday on this Saturday, the 15th of August 2020 to Kevin Webster, who's 53 years old today. Morning, Kevin. Erfan Manick. What a great name, Erfan. I hope I've said that all right, Erfan. All right, my love. Erfan Manick today is 25 years old. Morning. Susie Kruger. Morning, Susie. 55 today. You're younger than me, my love. Oh, she used to let me into the pub at trade, didn't you? You used to be standing on that door, looking after all us boys. Susie Kruger, she's not very well at the moment. She's in hospital. 55 years old today. Happy birthday, Susie. Never really knew you that well to have a whole conversation, but we always said hello, and I think you knew I was a DJ, and I knew what sort of job you did as well. So happy birthday, Susie. Nice to see you pop up there. Mariana. Hello, lovely Mariana. Hebbs today is 35 years old. Greetings, Mariana. All right, my love. Gary McFly today, 32 years old. Manilo Pomponi today is 42 years old. Suni Jonason. I haven't seen you for a while, Suni. All right, 27-year-old. I think, am I right, you're in Sweden or somewhere like that. He used to be with the show for a while. I haven't seen him for a while, so perhaps he's fed up watching me. I'd be fed up watching me, to be honest. But happy birthday to all of you on this Saturday morning. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. All right, my gorgeous people. Happy birthday. Christopher Williams wants a raffle ticket there. 543 for you, Mr. Williams. Chris Williams, 543. Thank you, John. That's the one. Bass bar. That was it. Bass bar. Yeah, my friend David Rosen. I don't know why that... I don't know how my mind works, whether yours works the same as mine. But sometimes I'll be doing something and something will drop into my head. Something completely random. And I don't know where it comes from. The most recent one was the bass bar. I was suddenly just doing something and this bar just dropped. I only ever went once. And I went to see David because I was very good friends with David Rosen. DJ David Rosen. Bass bar, that was the one. Wasn't there very long, was it? Terry, I think that remembers the name. Terry. Yeah, I'm sure that was the one. Peter says he can't get enough of me. Oh, please, Peter. There's some much better stuff than me on YouTube, I tell you that now. Alrighty. Okay, gang, if you're on our weekday bingo list, then we are about to play bingo. If you want to be on our weekday bingo list, then just send us an email if you're not on it already. If you find you're not on it anymore, then it means you've won. At some point you won and didn't turn up for the prize, which means you fall off the system, okay? It's no problem if that happens. You just let me know by email. Don't do it in the chat box. By email, and I'll add you back onto the system. Okay? There's no problem with that at all. But if you've not played before, then on our weekday bingo, we play a bingo game every morning now at the end of the show. All the prize is another raffle ticket to give you another chance to win our fridge magnet, which I have. No, I don't have one with me at the moment. They're in the other bag out there. You know what they look like. A fridge magnet. We have a fridge magnet raffle every Monday. So every Monday, somewhere in between the show on Monday, we do a fridge magnet raffle. The tickets you get as you've just got now. And if you win the bingo now, you get another ticket. All right? I'd love to do it as a prize, but, you know, it has to be a limit to how much you're sort of willing to spend out all the time. So that's what the prize is. Okay? All righty. Here we go then, boys and girls. Let's bring up the bingo board. There it is in the corner of the screen there. Okay? It's not four corners. We are playing the full house. You need to cross off all the numbers on your bingo tickets. Just have a quick look at your clock. It should be coming to 10 or just past 10:32 in the morning. Best clock you can look at is the one on your computer screen. Bottom right hand corner. Oh, it sounds like the bomber's going over today. Can you hear that? Oh, noise. I can't wait to go out and have a look at that. They're obviously practicing. We're very near the RAF here at Coningsby, and they've got a bomber over down there that flies over sometimes. Oh, really old-fashioned one. You know, I don't think it would outsmart the little fast jets that we've got all over the place these days. Yes. All right, then. Once again, you'll have a minute and a half to claim if you've won. If for whatever reason you don't get your claim in within that minute and a half and we've moved on to the next number, you've missed it. Doesn't matter what the reason is. Your internet cut out. You're running behind us. Very important that if we get to the minute and a half, which everyone will be able to see, and we've moved on to the next number, then I'm afraid you've missed it. It can occasionally happen. But if you look at your clock now, if your clock says it's a bit past 10:33 in the morning, just a little bit, then you'll be okay. All right? Okay. Eyes down then, boys and girls. Here comes your first number. 5 and 8, 58. All the 7s, 77. All the red arrows coming out today. Are they coming over here? Ooh, Must get my camera ready for that. 4 and 1, 41. Top of the shop, blind 90. Don't forget bingo tomorrow night, our main bingo night tomorrow. That's at 8 p.m. tomorrow. Bingo night tomorrow, 8 o'clock. All on its own, number 4. 8 and 3, 83. 3 and 2, 32. Mark's still doing the quiz, bless him. 1 and 3, unlucky for some, 13. 1 and 4, 14. 3 and 5, 35. 5 and 1, 51. 3-0, blind 30. 6 and 5, 65. All the ones, legs 11. 5 and 7, 57. All the dam busters. Da, 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 da. Oh, I love that music, don't you? 7 and 1, 71. 7 and 9, 79. 2 and 3, 23. All the 6s, 66. Clickety click. Don't forget, join us for quiz night as well. We do that as well. Quiz night is Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Tuesday night, 8 o'clock is our quiz night here on United Kingdom Talk, all right? 5 and 6, 56. 2 and 4, 24. Red arrows today. Thank you very much. In near Belfast, just before, in the early part of the afternoon. 6 and 8, 68. 7 and 8, 78. 1 fat, morbidly obese Chris, number 8. That'd be great, Gary. Really good, that. 4 and 8, 48. 2 little ducks, 22. Quack, quack, Denise. Denise is in charge of ducks on this channel. 2 and 9, 29. All on its own, number 9. 6 and 9, 69. 8 and 2, 82. 4 and 2, 42. 2 and 5, 25. 4 and 6, 46. 1 little duck on its own, number 2. Denise, number 2. 6 and 1, 61. 6 and 4, 64. 4 and 5, 45. 4 and 7, 47. 4 and 9, 49. 4-0, blind 40. 8 and 7, 87. I forgot I can use the other button for this, can't I? 2-0, blind 20. You know, sometimes when you're on that mouse all the time, your thumb starts aching, doesn't it? Repetitive strain injury. And I always forget. All I have to do is push my space bar on here to get the next number. 3 and 4, 34. 7 and 4, 74. All the 3s, 33. 1 and 8, 18. All on its own, number 5. 6-0, blind 60. 3 and 7, 37. As a matter of interest, can you hear that clock ticking or not? Listen. Can you hear that or not? I do like the sound of a clock ticking, don't you? The seconds of your life slowly ticking away. 3 and 6, 36. 8 and 9, 89. 6 and 7, 67. 5-0, blind 50. 5 and 2, 52. Who's going to win? 2 and 7, 27. No tick. 8 and 1, 81. 2 fat morbidly obese Chris's, 88. 2 and 6, 26. 3 and 9, 39. 7 and 3, 73. All the 5s, 55. 1 and 6, sweet 16. I have done the birthdays, haven't I? I've done the birthdays, yeah. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Happy birthday, sweet 16. 2 and 8, 28. 1 and 5, 15. 8 and 4, 84. 1 and 9, 19. 7 and 5, 75. 6 and 2, 62. 3 and 8, 38. 8-0, blind 80. 1 and 2, 12. 2 and 1, 21. We got a winner on 21, boys and girls. Let's just bring up the bingo clock, and you have 1 minute and 30 seconds along with shimmy music. Shimmy music to claim your prize. Oh yeah, is that shimmy music a bit loud, is it? 1 minute. Let's have a look at that. Let's take that down a bit. It's supposed to be sort of back in the back of the box. There we go. Shimmy music coming up there now. Sherry wants a job. Well, we don't. I'm afraid you can't ask for a job, John. Can't ask for a job. They literally just fall into my mind, like most things, at random points of my life. I could be going along later and think, there's a job for Gary Ross. It just drops into my head. I don't think about it. If you think about it, it doesn't kind of work there. Yes, that's right. Michael Pullman, today is 75 years. It's the victory over Japan day today, isn't it? Victory over Japan, and of course, both sides, thousands of people died, didn't they? And that dreadful Hiroshima bomb, thousands of people were killed with that, weren't they? You know, but it stopped the war, so I don't know, really. I don't know. Let's have a look. Good man, Peter Paliwoda. Oh, talking about the Polish there. Talking about the Polish there. And let's just scroll up a little bit there. Okay. Is that running out of time here? Quickly now. Don't listen to John. Do you not either? Have we done the raffle tickets? Yeah, that was actually earlier, much earlier, Gary. 2 tickets, Gary. Do you want a raffle ticket? Hang on a minute. Gary Ross. 544, Gary. Try and stay with us in future the whole time. Chris Williams. Wow, you're lucky. You just got in there on time there, Chris. Bingo for Chris Williams. There we are. Let's take the clock down there. Now, you were late last time. You're only in because I just paused for a moment there. I wonder why you're always late. You were just in there, right at the very end there. I don't know why it's taken so long for your bingos to get there. But anyway, you have one. Let's check those numbers out for you, my love. 4, 9, 13, last number 21, 23, 33, 36, 36, 38, 40, 45, 52, 58, 60, 74, 80, and 89 for young Christopher. All right, well done there. Let's just delete that off there. Deleted. Deleted. There we are. Deleted. Deleted. Let me give you an extra raffle ticket today, Christopher Williams. 545. Okay, Chris? 545 for Chris Williams. There you go. You are. That's the first time you completely missed it. This time it's taken you more than a minute and a half to get the bingo. You must be running behind everyone else for some reason. I don't know why that is, Chris. But you got in there, so that's all that matters. And you got your extra raffle ticket, 545, okay? 545. There you go. See, everyone can see how long it takes to come in there. Everyone will see that. So there we are. Mark, are you off already, dear? Oh, he's straight off now that the bingo's finished, isn't he? Mark's probably he's probably one of those people that is queuing up at the Clapham Junction or wherever it is where he lives. You know, the big bingo hall that they have there or something like that. I'm sure that is the case there. He's late for a very important date. Sure he is there. Okie doke. That's right, Gary Ross there. There was a few Japanese hid in the jungle and came out 30 years after the war ended. I'm sure wasn't there a film like that? Wasn't there a film like that or something? I do like war films, I must admit. I really enjoy war films. Dunkirk with the lad from I didn't have a big part, the lad from One Direction. That was a great film. Oh, the music in that. The music in that film was just something else, wasn't it? Great, Dunkirk. And the other one that was out recently, can't remember what it was called now, but yeah, we love that sort of thing. Alrighty, thanks very much for joining us on the show today. I'll be back with you tomorrow night. 8 o'clock is our bingo night, boys and girls. 8 o'clock bingo time tomorrow. I do hope you'll see us for that. We'll be starting, as always, just before 8 o'clock to allow people to join us. Bingo night tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Another chat show for you on Monday morning at 8:45. Thanks so much for joining us. Enjoy your Saturday. Cheerio now.